The question, my dear viewer, is not whether apolitical drama, slop, and unemployment commentary channels are responsible for mass. The question is whether their genre conventions are serving as infrastructure in a pipeline that researchers have documented extensively but not yet fully mapped its origins. And I believe that Turkey Tom's name in the Antioch Manifesto suggests that we have an answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, a new video has just come out, which is absolutely outrageous. I'm gonna play one clip for you right off the bat. This is the guy who made the video. We'll go over where we've seen him before, because you have seen him before if you watch some of our content. This is a quote from his new video.
Say what you will about us gay leftists, but we are always fighting and disagreeing with each other. And I would rather have that than be in a space of haughty political circle jerking. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. I was unaware that that specific space does so much self-policing and nobody else does. Isn't that interesting, guys? Yeah, there's no self-policing ever. So there's a new video that's been released. This is the thumbnail. It is very funny. The drama slop to school shooter pipeline. It is 2 hours and 16 minutes in length. It's made by the guy who dressed up as Cupid and made a video defending iDubbbz. Apparently this one is also iDubbbzian as well. So it's kind of a gray area for no E in April, but because it's a video that's not explicitly iDubbbz, I think we can probably safely do it. If not, this guy's a total fucking scab. Another aspect of this as well is that he's doing this.
Say something to you, Nick. I really like.
He's calling us school enablers while his dogs are out as well. That's like another factor in this. There's like a lot of weird fucking he looks like Omni-Man about to go fight Thrag. I don't know what in the coalition of planets I'm looking at here, but his dogs are front and center in this video about school. We're doing the alt-right pipeline again tonight. You probably haven't heard of this for another like 3 or 4 years. Yeah, the scab crossed the picket line right now. Absolutely ridiculous. But he is the new In Praise of Shadows. So we covered earlier in the stream, we covered the new Jeremy the Quartering, and now we're going to be covering the second In Praise of Shadows. One part of this video lists a bunch of content creators, and they are as follows: Turkey Tom, Willie Mac Show, Sensitive Society, Nux Taku, WestJet, myself, I don't know who these two people are, Connor. This is Connor, the guy who reads tweets. It's the new Internet Versus character. A Cheeto, a Bald Man, and of course, more Pegasus, or as normal people know him, Pegasus.
You could have milked that so much harder. Big content.
Oh, is that TBYS?
I'll help you maximize your money, all right?
Here's an issue that I have. I've skimmed this video barely, and I can tell that if this guy wasn't so broad, I probably would be able to find more common ground with him. Because the brief clips that I've seen was like blasting TBYS over him sweeping for Tectone. And it's like, I think that there's some stuff that we probably would have agreed on, but the framing of like drama YouTuber to school shooter pipeline is kind of just too insurmountable for any actual discourse to happen. If you guys don't know, every single year somebody makes an outrageous overcommit YouTube video blaming random drama YouTubers for like the Fourth Reich, essentially. Dude, the drama slop to school shooter pipeline, and my actual response to this is as follows.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants.
Dude, this is insane. What am I supposed to say to that? I wasn't aware the Fourth Reich was localized entirely inside of my iDubbbz reaction content. I legitimately wasn't. I'm caught off guard here. Holy fuck, dude, it's outrageous. Like, what am I supposed to say to this guy's leading people to shoot up schools? What am I supposed to say to this, man? I disavow. Is that going to be enough for you? And dude, iDubbbz said this deserves 5 big booms. All right, you know what? It's got the iDubbbz seal of approval. We've already watched one video this guy's made. It was horrific. So I'm hoping this is good enough that it keeps me interested long enough to make it at least an hour tonight. That would be great. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to lock in. Let's find out why this type of content is leading to so much violence in other parts, specifically in America.
I guess I'm not so worried about what the audience is going to do with the information, because I think I have a responsible way of conveying it. And unfortunately, there are going to be some nut jobs in the audience who are going to take things a little far sometimes. I avoid that. You know, I don't like those people. I don't support them in whatever they're going to do. I don't want anybody, you know, having a subscribe to PewDiePie situation in my name. But unfortunately, there are nut jobs out.
So, again, initially here, what he's seemingly trying to say is he's not responsible for every individual psychotic person that could be in his audience. And creating like negative content inherently doesn't make him responsible if something that was pulled from his like video that wasn't there by some schizophrenic freak actually occurs. Like recently, I think the best example that I've seen people pull up is that I think a shooter put iDubbbz or eDubbbz, it's eDubbbz, the reference to iDubbbz, on his gun. And immediately people on Twitter were starting to say like iDubbbz's fault this shooting occurred or something. And I'm just like, nah. No, I don't like iDubbbz, but I'm not going to say he's responsible for a fucking school shooting. He might have said that if it was me, but I don't really care. That's not why I form arguments, not based off of other people's shit. But like eDubbbz was like written either in a manifesto or on the gun of like an active shooter. And I obviously wouldn't accredit that to anything iDubbbz has ever said, even in his comparatively edgier phase.
Out there that are gonna, you know, take whatever you say and run with it and misinterpret whatever it is. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Oh my god.
On January 22nd.
Dude, out of context, that sounds fucking insane. But the opening of a video being like, I wouldn't want anyone to shoot up something in my name, and then him just like seriously fucking 1 HP cutting to an actual mass shooting is diabolical editing work. This is insane.
On January 22nd, 2025, a 17-year-old opened fire in the cafeteria of Antioch High School in Nashville, Tennessee. He killed one student, Jocelyn Correa Escalante, injured another, and then killed himself. His
I can't believe Fred Durst did this.
51-page manifesto laid bare the life of an angry,
But did you see what video games he was playing at the time?
Abused, socially isolated teenager who wrote that he was ashamed.
I think he probably he listened to too much Eminem. That must have been it.
To be
not Limp Bizkit, dude. Sorry.
Black due to being immersed in accelerationist white supremacist ideology. He was affiliated with far-right cybercriminal networks like 764 and Telegram and spoke about Jews, Muslims, women, and LGBT people.
Wait, those are all the people that everybody hates on that picture. Holy fuck, dude. I've correlated it.
Being targets.
Wait, I'm in that picture.
Manifesto unsurprisingly had a section listing people who influenced him.
If it sounds like I'm not taking this seriously, I'm not.
And you find usual suspects there like Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes. I wonder if he's going to come up again. But sitting right alongside the open white nationalists were names like iDubbbz, Destiny, Hassan Piker.
No, that's Hassan Parker. That's a completely different guy. Hassan Parker is a completely different guy.
Ruben Sim.
Mr. Beast is in there too.
And Turkey Hard R.
Dude, I love this video already, bro.
Tom.
Don't do it.
N-word.
Oh, fuck.
A strange combination that I'm hoping will make more sense by the end of this video.
It's so funny because if you're a Tom fan, that's a funny moment for a completely different reason than like why a Crimes New Roman. By the way, that's his channel. We're not watching this whole video on stream tonight, so feel free to watch the rest. But remember, don't touch the poo. Do not write anything crazy on this guy's video. I have absolutely no interest in sending hate to this person.
Video. But to me, the most interesting inclusion is that of a guy who makes videos ostensibly about internet drama because he was named explicitly as one of two primary figures who pulled the shooter into the alt-right. Also,
what's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
Guys, it's over. I am gonna go to school tomorrow with my massive skateboard. You know what else is massive?
Don't even fucking joke like that, please. Thank you. I appreciate the donation, though. Another thing that I'd like to ask, and I feel like this should be an entry-level question to any video talking about this topic, is like, I need a litmus test. What's your position on the Christchurch shooting? Do you think the subscribe to PewDiePie thing can be attributed to PewDiePie? Because if you say yes, I know I can completely disregard your opinion and move forward from there.
We're not talking about Ruben Sim today, even though him and Tom are friends, and the dude sucks ass. Don't let his Roblox heroism fool you. He got banned for racism, homophobia, and harassment, and is very transphobic. Like, trust me, there's a reason why he was listed here. Anyways, Turkey lies and blames Bianca Devins for her own murder by an incel and then tries to delete the video. Tom.
And as for Bianca and what happened to her, it's obviously...
Yeah, I think he did fuck up the Bianca Devins thing, to be clear. So did, like, But here's the thing: if we're going after people who fucked up the Bianca Devin story, wouldn't that be more your style? Like, I don't know, not you in particular, but we had to go and spend like weeks clearing up the Bianca Devins thing from channels like, again, like Angelica Oles. I don't think Angelica Oles would find her way on this list.
Of the year, the best commentator of the year.
Like, the anti-Gabby Hanna people were like standing. They had to be asked to stop by Bianca Devin's family, right?
Disgusting to say that she got what she deserved. She did not deserve to be murdered for what she did. However, is it completely unreasonable to question whether or not she contributed to the likelihood of this happening?
Okay, no, that's... I totally disavow this take from Tom. I don't agree with it. And it's a good thing he deleted this, like 7 years ago?
Bianca was effectively an e-prostitute who was selling nude pictures of herself to men and leading on a number of them, and using them for her own gratification.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing he deleted the video if it was proven false.
She recklessly promoted an image of herself online that attracted a pretty gross crowd of people.
Is one node in a particular web of...
Did he really just say that? Yeah, no, I mean, I absolutely disavow that take. It was terrible at the time, and I'm glad the video's not up anymore.
Commentary.
I think that video was down when we were covering it.
Drama.
And that was 2021, right? So that would be 5 years ago.
Recap and reaction channels. Tom, Sensitive Society, WestJet, More Pegasus, Cheeto, Think Before You Sleep. There's a billion...
Hey, that's me! That's the man! The myth, the legend!
...of these guys cross-referencing and reacting to each other's content.
The most childish take ever? No, Turkey Tom had just straight incel shit off the beginning of his channel. I absolutely agree with that position.
Like one big, incestuous, very apolitical family. Foreshadow.
I don't think any of these people are apolitical. For example...
There's a billion of these.
Tectone hangs out with Nux Taku and talks about black IQ rates in fucking Africa. I don't think this person's apolitical. Not even a little bit. Willie Mack show, half of his content these days is fighting red pill content creators. I wouldn't say he's apolitical. Think Before You Sleep is probably going to be most of... A Cheeto is absolutely not apolitical. Not even remotely.
Guys cross-referencing.
There is some levels to this as well.
And reacting to each other's content like one big, incestuous, very apolitical family.
The only time I feel like I ever react to people like other than Tom on that list is negatively.
Pegasus,
am I wrong?
Cheeto, Think Before You Sleep. There's a billion.
Oh, okay. I watch Connor and I watch Tom and I watch Willie. Those are the only three that I don't think I've ever watched any of those other people with a positive spin probably in my channel's lifetime.
Of these guys cross-referencing and reacting to each other's content like one big, incestuous, very apolitical family. Foreshadowing. Now, I know what some of you are thinking.
Dude, why is iDubbbz and Tana in the background next to a trans flag? I think there's some feet over there, Mr. Schneider. What is that? And then a big wide Nick Fuentes while he's hiding in the back rooms.
These are just dumb guys making dumb videos about more dumb guys and dumb internet drama. They are not worth taking seriously, let alone making a video
2 hours, 16 minutes, 36 seconds
long talking about them. And to that I say, you're right about it being dumb. However, you're wrong about it being...
I kind of like the editing.
Not important.
I always say that in videos like this, but I do kind of like the editing.
Important. That dismissal is exactly the problem, because it is the genre's...
Is he drinking a fucking Capri Sun?
Hey, I actually think you're a pretty funny guy.
I retroactively think the editing is bad now that he's going to drink a Capri Sun while he's talking to me.
Primary defense mechanism, just like all the pseudo-intellectuals and gamer chuds whose content...
Who the fuck is... I feel like I've seen that video. I fact-checked YouTube's worst writer on the literacy crisis. Have I seen this channel before? Who made that?
Through the conventions of their genre, participate in an ecosystem that functions as important infrastructure in the pipeline to radicalization.
Oh my god, bro. Can you guys just, like, stop blowing yourself on this alt-right pipeline thing? It's just, dude, this is such a tired talking point.
And Tom's name...
He literally made that video? Tom made that video?
In that manifesto is the...
Oh, he made that video. Is that on his channel? Did I see... Oh, you know, I must have saw that when I was looking for the thumbnail. Okay, that is his video. That's where I saw it.
Smoking gun I knew would show up eventually. The moment you call this...
Dude, this guy was just checking every shooter manifest... Nope. Nope, the kids who were killed here weren't killed in the name of Turkey Tom. Nope. Nope, the black people shot up at this grocery store were not shot up in the name of Turkey. Finally, dude! Let's go! That's uncharitable, obviously, but it's a joke.
I knew would show up eventually. The moment you call this content trivial, you have already accepted the framing that makes it effective, and ignoring them allows them to thrive. Like something else I'm having a hard time thinking of right now. What was it? I feel like it was important.
Donald Trump is...
Oh, fuck, bro. At least it's kind of relevant in this video. I feel like I'm watching Quentin Reviews review a fucking movie.
The President of the United States.
This radicalization occurs not because any individual creator intends it, although it sure seems like some do, but because the structure of their content systematically normalizes the preconditions that radicalization requires.
I think I'm literally included in this video specifically because of me criticizing Hassan Piker. Otherwise, I have no idea where I would even slightly get included in this topic.
And I think this is serious.
We're back in 2016. Thank God, dude. I hear that was a great time to make money.
Because these...
Nicholas, the GOAT. Thank you for the $5.
Thank you! Maybe Ultimate Rape Review, but I don't even think he probably knows what that is. And if he does know what it is, he definitely doesn't know what it is.
You claim to care about rape, and you're hyping up a dude who
Thank
has a segment on a show called Ultimate Rape Review.
I now send you to your ancestors in the name of Tom
What?
BWC.
Okay, can we chill with that, please? But obviously that's an obvious joke, but...
Channels.
What's the name of the guy, Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo. Mr.
No,
Oreo.
none of this one.
Bro, I just have to say that this guy literally has the exact same dude weed gay boy glasses as Ethan is online, and it doesn't help he has the same pinkish white pale skin.
They kind of, they visibly smell.
Watching Nicholas DeOrio.
That is kind of
video.
a stereotype for this type of video.
Isn't this just an issue of normal people things being allowed by radicals they don't like?
Yeah.
And because guys like this make normal people things evil?
Sure, 100%. I mean, I think that like normalizing terrorism is bad, but that got me in this video, I think.
Not fringe. They have millions of subs and millions of views from their audience that is overwhelmingly terminally online young men, which is the exact demographic most vulnerable to this kind of thing. Like me, a decade ago, when I was too dumb to...
Oh, God, is this another self-hating that you were alt-right because you watched too many Sargon of Akkad videos, so everybody else must have had your experience? Did you get fucking radicalized in Minecraft, so you gotta go and speak the good word of your Lord and Savior? Fucking, I don't know. Who's the go-to over there?
realize any
another Xander. Yeah, we got the Xander Hall complex building as well.
Of this as I eagerly awaited the next.
No, he watched iDubbbz. Oh wait, it actually is iDubbbz on the screen.
Content cop. Seriously.
Wait, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Over the last 6 months, these 6 people alone have put out
Then he moved to San Francisco and everything changed.
116 videos. That's 3 times the amount I've ever done.
So why are you so fucking lazy? Why don't you go make a new video? I'm sorry, whatever your 40 videos in how many years, bro? You could bump that up and still keep the quality.
Nick just started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
Also, I run a stream highlights channel.
Make the same argument for any breadtuber or leftist Twitch streamer.
Yeah, these lazy fucking losers look at content creators who post videos and they're like, no, you don't get to do that. I fight for the good of my people. You don't get to do that. Why are you talking about Chris Chan? You need to be talking about the election. You don't get to do that.
I don't...
Wait, you don't agree with me on this position? That means you're a Nazi. You don't get to do that.
Get every single detail in here. Cut me some slack. Also, I'm technically half man now, but, you know, who's asking? Turkey actually has the words real wigger swag on it.
Baze. I'm so... Dude. Oh no, bro. You can find out he said the W word on a site that you have to manually search up to find his merchandise.
His merch website, Tom, is...
I proudly bought that myself.
The through line of my analysis because he is the creator of the Antioch shooter specifically named, but the mechanism...
Wait, why did he just say it? Can we hear that again?
Nicholas!
Wait,
what? The GOAT.
Also, I'm technically half man now, but, you know, who's asking? Turkey actually has the words real wigger swag on his merch.
Dude, he says the R with, like, fucking conviction. That was a good R right there.
Website, Tom, is the through line of my analysis because
something tells me that you would have said it pretty hard back in the day.
He is the creator of the Antioch shooters.
That R rolled, right? Like, that was
specifically named, but the mechanisms I'm documenting here are genre-wide, which is why we're going to be hearing from all sorts of spirited individuals along the way. And in case any of these guys happens to see this video, because I know they're constantly desperate for relevancy, let me—
Dude, your video is fucking 50,000 views. What are you talking about?
Give you some react.
All of these guys, like, I mean, like, doesn't a Turkey Tom video get like 1 million views each now?
Faces for the unflattering thumbnail that you'll probably put me on.
All right, well, I will use that, but only because he gave me permission. You know what this reminds me of? I don't know if Mauler's still here, but I was watching fucking Smiling Friends the other day, and it was pointed out to me that when a lot of these shows start getting bad, they start like acknowledging aspects of the show that are criticism. And in the last episode of Smiling Friends, there was a moment where Mr. Boss is talking about the bit that he does, about how he always comes in and he always does something wacky. And they're like, you know, and then Charlie goes, Mr. Boss, you know, you could just ask us about the job or like tell us we have a job and you don't have to do anything crazy or whatever. And then he like does a bit and he's like, I'm gonna do this forever. And like when the writer's room starts getting knowledgeable on the trend, that's when the writing starts to get worse. I'm getting the same vibes from this. Like, this is kind of just as cringe.
Now, to prove I'm not pulling all this out my ass, research. Prominent academic model for understanding radicalism.
Meta jokes. It's not that meta jokes are the issue. It's that clearly they were okay doing that over and over and over and over and over again until people started pointing it out. And then they're like, in direct response to the audience, he's like, I will never stop doing funky things in the episode where they cancel the show.
Is psychologist Ari Kruglanski's 3N framework, which identifies—
Why are his feet out? I don't know. It's— listen, dude, I'm sure they stink. They visibly stink.
3 converging factors. Need, the individual's quest for personal significance, the desire to matter and be respected. Narrative, the ideological framework.
Nicholas, the GOAT. Thank you for the $5, my man.
That channels that need towards a specific cause. And network, the community that validates the narrative and rewards adherence to it. Kruglanski's research has demonstrated—
I don't care. Okay, whatever. Yep, please give me the, Yep. Thank you. Go watch the rest of the board sciencey bullshit in his video. I couldn't care less. Get me to the part. Yep, cortisol levels. Let's go.
Make it look effortless. Research on everyone's favorite group of guys.
Don't care. Don't care. Game. Oh my god, bro. Holy fuck, dude. Guys, you didn't ask for it. You didn't want it. But Gamergate is here. It's fucking Gamergate!
As political, serve as recruitment environments. Shergill and Quowert demonstrated how gaming platforms like Discord, Twitch, and Steam are leveraged by extremists for radicalization and recruitment, while research on Gamergate has established it as a template—
You gotta research a hashtag from fucking 15 years ago?
—for how ostensibly apolitical online—
Where'd you find it? In Taylor Lorenz's fucking journal?
Online communities can be focused around weapons.
When does he talk about me? I don't think I actually get talked about in this video. I haven't seen a clip of me getting talked about, so I don't know. Maybe you guys haven't gotten far enough. I think that my only inclusion is that I am referenced in the picture when they're talking about the drama slop to school shooter pipeline. I think that I'm literally just in the video.
Weaponizing their mutual hatred of women and minorities through gaming.
Search transcript. We're going to watch a lot of this thing, because I do really want to see this segment over here. So when I get bored, I'm either going to make the call that we're only doing this one day, or we'll do a second segment, because I specifically want to watch the Tectone stuff. Because I want to challenge myself to be as reasonable as I possibly can be. In a video that's implying that I'm leading people to shoot schools up, I specifically want to cover the part that I know I'm going to agree with a lot of stuff on. This is a fun exercise.
I can already feel the pro Gamergate people angrily typing their comments from the future as I sit here in the past.
So I don't understand. If you already know what you're getting pushed back, then like why would you even argue it?
Powerful. And in my
oh no, he doesn't have a statement. I thought he was going to say, oh, Gamergate in the year of 2026.
Opinion, what remains underdeveloped in the literature is the
oh god
role.
This isn't even a proper BreadTube video. You're supposed to have it by some guy, like you need a quote from somebody who like fucking killed themselves at the beginning of the video. That would really send this one into overdrive.
Of specifically this genre of content that sits upstream to all of these spaces. Internet commentary and drama channels. These creators occupy
Augie, he made it. Dude, wait, I didn't know he was in this.
A particularly nebulous position in the
Nebula. Shout out to Nebula
content ecosystem. They're not political commentators, they're not gaming communities, they are entertainers whose subject matter.
Bro, I keep telling you, just keep the fucking Palestine out of the YouTube drama and you'll never hear from me about it again. I will not spend 3 seconds talking about Israel-Palestine if you take the Palestine and Israel out of my fucking drama.
Is other people's online behaviors that overlap with many different spaces.
I just want to talk about fucking YouTube drama. Get the fucking Israel-Palestine shit out of my drama.
And there's genre conventions like selective storytelling, the pathologization of certain populations, conspiratorial framing presented as investigation, and
April is proof of that. Yeah, dude, give me literally anything to work with. I will not talk about Israel-Palestine ever again.
The normalization of cruelty as analysis may function as
I have a fucking allergy. Keep it away from me.
Critical early stage.
That's the thing is like if I could get a dude, if you guys stop being so fucking weird and easy to talk about, I would literally never talk about anything like this ever. Like if you guys could stop going viral, please, so we could talk about more random shit online, which would still probably like find a way to be problematic, I guess, for you. But holy fuck, dude.
Infrastructure.
What did Charlie do? Clearly he's the drama slop to school shooter pipeline.
The goat. Thank
the
you for
radicalization
$5.
pipeline.
Again, I don't even point out the slop thing anymore, but now like well-created video essays are also being put up next to stream highlights. So obviously slop is just like a derogatory term for content I don't like. I used to point this out a lot more, but I think it's increasingly obvious in the last like year or so that that's how it's used.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5.
There was like a genuine time when people tried to like be somewhat consistent with their definition of slop, but now they don't. It's not drama slop. Drama is inherently slop because it's content that these people don't like, or it upsets them.
And I am here to talk.
Nicholas the goat, thank you for the $5.
Thank you.
Talk for a very long time to prove it. All right, guys, gals, and non-binary.
Is that Keemstar's feet? What is that on the left? I'm just realizing I think that's Keem's face with the feet out.
Binary Pals preamble is finally
Why is there so dude, this weird foot fetish content? This guy seems like a fucking degenerate. What is this?
Over, so buckle the fuck up because we're about to get into this bitch. I have neatly organized my examples into categories, fitting points of radicalization identified by research, and have multiple examples for all of them. And please, mom said it's my turn to make the slop too bad video. God damn it, I'm gonna make it how I want. Turkey Tom's video on the Charlie Kirk assassin.
I like, my favorite trend, if we were doing a drinking game, that would definitely be one of them, is when you fucking have to justify why you're talking about drama YouTubers to literally make a video that's intended to save the world. Hey guys, if I'm gonna do my slop video, I'm gonna make it. Dude, you're literally trying to save the world and protect the internet from school shooters.
God damn it, I'm gonna make it how I want. Turkey Tom's video on the Charlie Kirk assassination provides the clearest example of what Munn calls normalization, the process by which extreme ideas are encountered in contexts that make them feel like common sense. Kirk's years of rhetoric, calling transgender people an abomination.
I'm really interested to see what the actual criticism of Tom is in this, because again, I don't know what front-loading it with Charlie Kirk's comments are. I mean, I have an idea of where this is going to go, but I don't want to say it.
And a throbbing middle finger to God, suggesting that
I'm trying to wonder how Tom could have made this video where he would have liked it. And I might be jumping the gun here, but
should be taking care of the way they used to take care of things in the 1950s and 60s, and describing the stoning of gay people as God's perfect law.
Yeah, I don't agree with any of these things. I don't really particularly like that guy, to be clear.
Are reduced in Turkey Tom's video to a single phrase.
Charlie Kirk is infamous for his opposition to transgenderism.
That's it. That is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did he not like release the entire list of things? Okay.
The entire context we get on Kirk and what he believed. And that's just the trans shit too. That isn't even him touching on civil rights or what he thought about Jews. Seems kind of.
Did the take on Jews make the bullet hit harder or softer? In my defense, I haven't watched the Turkey Tom video, so I don't really know what he tries to portray it as. But is it not a video on his assassination? Or do you have to sit there and try to justify it the entire time before you kind of explain how the shooting happened?
Important to bring up. Meanwhile, though, the transgender person in...
you know what? I can get this criticism. If he feels like not enough has been put on the actual person as much as on the shooter. But again, he's the shooter. And that's how most of these videos go. It's a true crime video about a politician. So I don't know. I could kind of see where he's coming from then, if he feels like it's not representative enough. The actual realization is, though, that there's no level of, like, thing that Charlie Kirk could have said on social media that would have justified some guy pulling out a sniper and blasting his neck in front of a crowd of people, right? That's obviously, like, objectively bad.
Proximity to the accused shooter.
Like, how again... If your issue is that he spends too much time talking about specifically trans things in this, because I am not educated on this situation enough to know how much that was a contributing factor, so I'm willing to give benefit of the doubt here, so don't crucify me for it. I don't know how the Charlie Kirk stuff would be used in any other way than, like, justifying the shooting.
The transgender person in proximity to the accused...
Oh yeah, I forgot. It was a trans person who knew a person, and then people were arguing, or like dating a person, that this trans person convinced them to go rogue and shoot Charlie Kirk. I do remember briefly reading about this for 30 seconds on Twitter. I'm, again, not really the guy on this one.
Shooter Lance receives an exhaustive examination of their Reddit history, their substance abuse, their eating disorder.
Yeah, have you ever watched a true crime video? They do that on every one of them.
Gender transition, political evolution, not as context for empathy or anything, but as data points in an explicit pathology profile meant to lead people into believing.
I mean, that sucks, man. I don't know. That's, yeah.
Who he spends realistically very little time talking.
I mean, it sucks that they talked about stuff that I guess didn't make you feel comfortable. I don't know.
About was just a normal guy radicalized by
I can't really talk about this one at length, so I'm kind of split between wanting to move this thing forward because I don't want to say anything egregiously fucking wrong inadvertently. But I just don't care about Charlie Kirk, and I didn't spend more than 30 seconds thinking about his shooting afterwards.
Extreme transgender people and leftism.
Other than just saying that I disavow, like, shooting somebody in cold blood in front of a crowd of people.
After 2020, one of the first significant posts on his account is him arguing with other people over transgenderism. Specifically, Lance can be seen calling his old self transphobic and claiming that
don't worry, his wife feels the same way, Nick. Shut the fuck up.
That children should be allowed to transition. By 2022, he was already posting to subreddits like femboy_IRL and r/196, both of which are well known for their predominantly trans user base. This isn't to say he was a conventional left-winger though, as multiple posts signaled that he was sufficiently far left, and that he no longer believed in political parties altogether. To make a long story short, it's infamous for being full of rabid incels, transgender people, and combinations of the two.
Wait, but why? So that's a question I have. Is he going to point out that Tom is talking about incels as well? Or are we isolating trans people because that works better with his argument?
All of whom are bonding over feeling socially excluded or...
Keep in mind, again, this is a video I never would have watched from Turkey Tom. I did not watch it. I would not have watched it. I would have never seen it.
Otherwise dysfunctional. If you've been listening to what I've been saying, then I think you're starting to get the idea.
I could go on, but...
So what about the incel part? There's incels, and trans people.
The asymmetry, the sanitization of one side's dehumanizing rhetoric, and the microscopic scrutiny of the other side's personal vulnerabilities is precisely the normalization mechanism that Munn describes. It makes a—
But like, what about the scrutiny on Charlie Kirk would explain why the bullet should hit their neck? Dude, my issue with this is that I think that these videos are framed as true crime videos about polarizing politicians. And I think that most of them would be framed the way that Tom's video would be. Imagine if a true crime video started talking about, like, why the kid deserved it. I don't know. Dude, this guy killed his mother, but the reason why he did it is because she liked a post on Facebook. Okay, well, liking a post on Facebook wouldn't be a comparable example, but you know what I mean?
A particular ideology frame feel like a—
I get what he's saying. I get, like, the fundamentals of what he's saying. I just don't think it's applicable.
Neutral, common sense retelling of events. The viewer does not feel like they are receiving an inaccurate, transphobic, right-wing narrative about the assassination. They feel like they are watching a documentary. And people in the comments are even praising Tom's perceived accuracy. Explaining who Kirk was and what he believed isn't endorsing that he became—
Okay, alright, he's addressing my point directly, so I will hear him out on this.
Who Kirk was and what he believed isn't endorsing that he became a victim of the radicalization machine he spent his life building.
It's so backhanded. It's so funny the way he worded that. Okay.
It is providing helpful context into understanding why it happened.
Doesn't that kind of sound like what Tom said about Bianca Devins? He just said it's not that, and then he said it's that.
The politics are—
Yeah, I don't agree. I'm sorry, man. You lost me.
Here in what Tom's video chooses to
I didn't like what Tom said it either, man. I don't know.
Investigate and what it chooses to gloss over. In the—
Yeah, he kind of sounds like he's victim blaming. I don't know.
Amount of trans slurs in the comment section proves my point that there was definitely something going on here.
That's all you could find was a bunch of comments with at most 18 likes on it. That's it. That's what we have here. You got your best example is 18 upvotes. Dude, the school shooter pipeline's taking... Dude, the school shooter pipeline is clogged.
This matters
yeah, this is really disingenuous. Wow, okay.
Because Tom's supposedly exhaustive evidence seems to brush aside things like the Washington Post investigation, which had interviews with 21 people who knew the accused shooter and found nothing to corroborate the narrative that he had been radicalized by left-wing extremism.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to let this one go. Don't fucking kill me on this. I'm going to let this one go. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt on it because I really don't know. I don't have enough information to tell you if that's a lie or not.
Talking point.
But please do your own research on that.
That Tom continues to push over and over and over.
But from 2019 to 2024, both of them slowly moved from somewhat apolitical to left-wing, with a large emphasis on the topic of trans rights. While Lance's was well documented through his own Reddit, Tyler's was quieter. However controversial this was initially, establishing Tyler's motive was the easiest part. The casing clearly antagonized Kirk as a fascist. His family remarked that he had recently expressed that Charlie Kirk was full of hate, and his growing left-wing sentiment coincided with his distancing from his family's Mormon religious practices.
Okay, that didn't seem terrible. That seems fairly... It seems like he's presenting an argument.
All of this automatically put Lance squarely outside of the regular political spectrum, and although he was clearly left-wing, he definitely felt ambivalent about a lot of issues.
Friends described a quiet young man disillusioned with both parties, and only one person recalled him ever mentioning trans.
The nicest thing I could say about this is Tom, I guess, could have included things that didn't reach, like, he could have included this specifically and said, alternatively, an interview in the Washington Post says that his friends who claim or the people who knew him or whatever didn't agree with that position.
Issues at all. The SPLC documented how in the wake of Kirk's killing, right-wing influencers promoted disinformation about trans people and the alleged perpetrator's gender identity. And Tom's video also followed—
What the fuck was that?
Killing, right-wing influencers promoted disinformation about trans people and the alleged perpetrator's gender identity. And
but it doesn't matter because he killed the guy? I mean, I think that if you want...
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5, my man.
I don't think a documentary protects, like, or I don't think having a video called a documentary prevents it from being angled in a certain fashion, even if it's unintentional. I don't think that makes it not a documentary. I think
Nicholas DeOrio. Hey, I actually think you're a pretty funny guy.
I think that.
Oh, brother,
sorry.
this guy literally stinks. Put your feet away, face vomiting.
I would argue the thing that would make it not a documentary is the fact that it's just kind of like every other YouTube video. We call these things documentaries. I don't think they really are. There are some videos that look better than something on Netflix, but I don't know if that would be applicable here. But that's irrelevant. I think if your issue is that he's not providing both perspectives, that's fine. But I mean, I also, when I'm watching a Turkey Tom video, would expect it to probably be a bit more like right-leaning than if I watched a video on, I don't know whose channel, it's not right-leaning in the way that like certain content creators are like super right-leaning, but a modern Turkey Tom video is probably more right-leaning than, I mean, obviously like an H-Bomber guy video, that's a given, right? The thing is, with actual news organizations, these full organizations in totality lean left and right, to the point where they have like websites that try to explain the political leanings of organizations that brand themselves as the news. I don't think it's inherently predatory if your opinionated content on your YouTube channel is conveyed through your content on your YouTube channel. You understand? That's what I'm trying to argue here. I don't think that everything is going to be neutral when a content creator is sharing an opinion in a video. And if it's not conveyed as an opinion, that's fine. But I think like the leaning will be there anyway.
Tom's video also follows this pattern of using high-profile shootings to push a trans shooter narrative, even while the shooter was not even fucking trans, while maintaining the plausible deniability of just investigating. This selective empathy extends into just complete no-holds-barred conspiratorial framing because a substantial portion of the same Kirk video is dedicated to people who had no demonstrated connection to the assassination. Twitter users who made provocative posts banned.
I'm sorry, a provocative
the
post?
Assassination. Twitter users.
I would have let that go, but then I actually read it while he was moving away. Are you fucking kidding me? What do you mean a provocative post? Dude, why would you include this in your video? You look psychotic for that. Holy shit, bro. I'm sorry, whose pipeline is this? This is an argument in favor of your point in a video called The Drama Slop to School Shooter Pipeline? And you're referring to it as provocative? Hey man, listen. From a drama slop shitter to a bread tube, I don't know, specimen, I think that you should be doing a bit more to curb your rhetoric around violent behavior, man. Because I think it could have unintended consequences that you don't intend for. That's what makes it unintended.
Who made provocative posts banned with an edgy song title, connecting an LGBT.
Wait, what?
Post banned with an edgy song title, connecting.
Dude, I can't believe he's connected the dots so vague as Charlie Kirk dead at 31. That's crazy. I can't believe that he potentially would have included that in a video about Charlie Kirk being dead. Alexa, how old was Charlie Kirk when he died?
Charlie Kirk was 31 years old when he died.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Why would he include that in his video?
An LGBTQ organization called Armed Queers SLC to an unrelated gun club shooting? Like, even the comments point out how much Tom avoids talking about the actual shooter himself to just spew.
Dude, they found, even the comments say this. It's a 14 upvoted post from 4 months ago.
RedTuber segment.
Yeah, me neither, dude. Holy shit.
Garbage like this.
Yeah, it just comes off as like bad faith now.
Yes. Even the fucking right-wing cesspit, the Daily Caller, said that that org has no connection to the assassination at all, but Tom really just can't help himself.
Of course, everything I'm saying here is circumstantial, but still, it seems to be enough that the FBI is currently investigating Ermaya about her potentially having some relation, not just to the assassination of Charlie Kirk, but also to any other similar.
If Tom can't support that claim, then it shouldn't be in the video.
crimes that have occurred recently. Ultimately, it's impossible to know just how much sprawl this kind of thing has, but considering how massive organizations and cults like the Zizians or 764 have gotten, it's best to sort this out as early as possible.
Remember that 764
Nicholas DeOrio. Hey, I actually think you're a pretty funny guy.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to move ahead to something I probably know a bit more about, because this is kind of a waste of everybody's time. When do we get to the iDub stuff? I think there's some iDub stuff in here that makes more sense. I'm seeing nope, Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk. I'm kind of useless on the Charlie Kirk stuff, so that does give us an opportunity to zoom ahead a little bit. Okay, are we there? Oh my god. Wow, this is fucking outrageous. How do we go from Charlie Kirk to Creator Clash? I actually want to see the split there.
already done, and the internet sided with Sam and saw
Hey, it's me!
iDubbbz as a big old doofus.
Oh my god, wait, I'm here. Okay, I'm here.
Truly release anything about Hyde and their time together, presumably due to Sam trolling the whole time. However, Hyde and his team decided to cut and release their footage that they took.
And iDubbbz's footage is funnier because it shows more like embarrassing clips than the ones that you even see in Sam Hyde's documentary.
Because presumably the time and resources investment was so much that they wanted to get something back. In this video, they framed it as revealing iDubbbz was trying to capture Sam's fall off. But then, a month later, iDubbbz released his documentary, which was framed as him trying to get anything authentic out of Sam.
Oh my god. Wait, is this being retroactively turned into iDubbbz knew the whole time, guys? He was totally aware of what was happening, but he was put off by the fact that he could see through the ruse. Oh my god, dude. This is an insane framing of Sam Hyde.
Real interaction with him.
This is an outrageous framing of what happened.
To no avail, as was seen.
Wait, oh my god, I can smell the direction this is going. Did Sam Hyde ruin Creator Clash? He's the reason it didn't make money? Is that where we're going with this? Because he manipulated the framing of the video that iDubbbz was too much of a pussy to ever put out? Where's his Creator Clash documentary?
In Sam's video, but damage from Sam's video a month ago was already done, and the internet sided with Sam and saw iDubbbz as a big old doofus.
Hey, Crimes New Roman, you know what's fun? You know what year that video on the right came out in? 2025, I think, right? Wait, hold on. That was what I put out when I went to VidCon last year, you fucking retard. This video is 10 months old. There hasn't been a Creator Clash since this happened. This was after Creator Clash 3 was canceled, I think. Is it not?
Do you remember?
June 18th. I think Creator Clash 3 was canceled before that video was released, buddy.
Who got punked. Both of these videos are genuinely fascinating to watch. And if you
dude, the internet must have, yeah.
Ask me, watching these is kind of like a Rorschach test of whether you see iDubbbz getting completely owned by Sam.
Dude, it's a Rorschach test of who's retarded.
Hyde, or if you see Hyde being so deeply...
It was postponed but not canceled until July. Yes, but the issue is he's talking about Creator Clash 2, I think, right?
Afraid of vulnerability.
This is 3.
That he fakes his life for a week. Feel like that reveals something about the viewer. I do.
Yeah, please actually tell me. What mental illness do you have, sir?
I wish just
what cocktail of mood stabilizers do you need to survive?
Once I could take a test that didn't have me see my parents fighting, but you know, maybe one day.
I mean, I feel like that just answered my question.
Times later, iDubbbz organized Creator Clash, a charity boxing event, and banned Hyde from attending, citing only personal reasons for the ban. And
Lexapro implies the existence of a casual Lex, like Lex Updog.
And banned Hyde from attending, citing only personal...
Yeah, this is Creator Clash 2. He showed a video that was after Creator Clash 3 got postponed as an example of the internet turning on Sam Hyde because my thumbnail said he wins.
Reasons.
There's a couple of years in between.
For the ban, and never publicly elaborated. Between documentary situation, Hyde's generally insane behavior, and also harassing iDubbbz and his wife, I could see why he...
What was the harassment of iDubbbz and his wife? Was that the part where Because what was on the screen? I gotta see what was on the screen.
Elaborate.
Was it the OnlyFans comment about the job that she willingly does online for money and sells like sex work related things for profit, or that we're not allowed to make fun of, or was it something else?
Between documentary situation, Hyde's generally insane behavior, and also harassing
Sam Hyde, we have to save iDubbbz from her.
iDubbbz and his wife, I could see why he would be banned, but ultimately, we don't know the reason.
I think we kind of can come to terms with what the reason might have been, sir. Come on. I mean, yeah, I guess if we're like blind and deaf, like Helen Keller,
personally,
we might have missed it.
I think
by the way, I think she faked it.
iDubbbz
I'm a truther.
never should have tried to documentarize Hyde.
Why? Because he's too far right, and that makes your balls shrivel up.
But that's just my opinion. Anyways.
Wait, why? No, I want to know why was it your opinion? Wait, why shouldn't he have talked to Sam Hyde?
With all that context.
Wait, why? No, wait, why?
Out of the way, we can finally look at Turkey Tom's retelling with the context that you would not have otherwise.
Okay, we got the context. What did he say?
You're welcome. In Tom's retelling of the events, iDubbbz's blunder of a documentary ballooned to well over 6 million views, ironically sending Sam back into the stratosphere.
Yeah, that's totally accurate. That 100% happened.
With this documentary backfiring to an unbelievable extent.
Yeah, no, that happened. Yep. That's actually fully now that I understand the topic, yes.
He frames the whole thing as an unambiguous dub for Sam.
It was.
The Creator Clash ban is framed as if there were no legitimate reason for it.
There was not.
Just the petty persecution of a guy who wanted to attend a charity event, and he was excluded simply...
No, it's because iDubbbz and his wife are pussies.
Because Ian and his wife Vanessa, quote, disliked Sam specifically for his political opinions. Tom never mentions any of that shit about Hyde that I just told you, which to his credit,
Oh, did we skip it? I think he gave money to the Daily Stormer. Right? That's the thing. Sam Hyde, Daily Stormer. I asked him about it really funnily in a conversation that we had on Stream something, whatever, the Twitter Spaces.
iDubbbz tries to bring up in the
No, he's like far right, yeah.
documentary. And then Tom proceeds to selectively tailor his retelling of all of these events in order to paint iDubbbz as wanting to film a hit piece on Sam the entire time.
Ian's approach to the documentary.
Yeah, that was the intention. He wanted to go find a far right guy and say, look how bad your life is. And they came and shit all over him. And Sam obviously picked up on it because he's a comedian that iDubbbz used to look up to, and he thought he ascended past him. At least that's just my perspective.
Was clearly meant to be uncharitable. He wasn't making some unbiased gonzo journalism attempt to capture the strange life of a controversial alternative comedian. He was, in his own way, trying to make Sam look bad.
Yeah.
I love when people do shit like this. Oh, you're trying to make a racist anti-Semite who's so afraid of vulnerability.
So this is the thing he's insecure about. He's like, yeah, that's a great idea, man. Why the fuck are you shitting on him for it?
Look bad.
It's just like a tantrum because he wanted it to work and it didn't. And now iDubbbz has egg on his face. So he's like, no, you're doing the right thing, man. You did the right thing and it didn't work out. Get back out there, buddy.
Because you're being biased against him.
Meanwhile, he's just like, he was acting like a skeevy, shitty, honestly, Taylor Lorenzian journalist.
Hey, wait a minute. Didn't people do that to somebody else recently?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think the Charlie Kirk stuff is actually fucking cringe as hell. I think that people didn't give a fuck. I think so many people didn't give a fuck about him while he was alive and act like...
Nicholas the Goat, thank you for the $5.
And act like he was fucking Jesus incarnate after he died. I actually totally agree on that point.
Weird.
Yeah, no, I agree with him here.
Probably nothing. Also, more context for more stuff. Sorry, holy fuck. One of the main reasons people like Tom assume
there's a clip of me like a week before Charlie Kirk was assassinated saying that I didn't know he was relevant enough to be featured in South Park. He is now like the most notable political figure ever. Even if you disagreed with my first take, he's obviously significant. And again, that will happen when you get assassinated. But the fact is they can't say that's why, because he's a martyr. No, they say it's because they've always loved him this way. And he's always been the glowing voice of the Republican Party. And I don't think he was.
iDubbbz is being disingenuous is because he...
Like, if you concede it's a martyrdom, like, not a martyrdom, oh my god, I'm thinking Call of Duty. If you concede it's like a martyr, then I would be more charitable to your perspective. But most people are saying like, no, he was always this big. You're just you're just ignorant.
One of the main reasons people like Thomas,
he was a Crowder copy. I don't know enough about Charlie Kirk to say if that's accurate, but I would tell you from preliminary perspectives, I would agree with you. I'm not married to that position, but I would agree with you.
iDubbbz is being disingenuous is because he revealed when talking with Sam in the only one-on-one interview they had that Sam copy striking one of iDubbbz.
Yeah, that was like one of the most notable things that everyone talked about. This was not some hidden thing that was hidden away.
This videos 6 years ago
This was the best clip of it. That's why everyone should watch the iDubbbz version. This was the most pathetic part.
Their very first interaction. He played it up like he was gotcha-ing Sam, like he was there to make him look like an asshole.
No, he looked like he was scared shitless. Isn't it so funny that when iDubbbz... Dude, when you watch this audio, when you watch this footage on the other thing, the lighting is good, but in the iDubbbz version, he makes Sam intentionally dark. Like, this footage was not this dark. It was darkened in post to make him look fucking evil. But also... Sam is like hyper tall as well, I think, right? In comparison, does iDubbbz make himself look really short? I don't know. Maybe it's a bit more egregious in the Sam version.
Some fun with it, which he explicitly addresses.
Yeah, dude, it's like the dark is evil. It's like the Daredevil people when they're making their show. It's like blue is fucking, I don't know. I forgot his bullet something. Red is Daredevil. White is fucking
in the video.
Kingpin.
I don't care about our...
Sam is giant. No, you have to go back. I think iDubbbz was literally made by Sam to sit in like the smallest chair possible. Closest to the floor.
first interaction.
So the clip is hilarious.
It was like a little bit annoying for...
Dude, he's wearing criminal red.
For me at the time, because I've never dealt with like a copyright claim. It was my first experience interacting with Sam. It's an interesting thing to bring up, but it wasn't meant to be like a surprise. You're pranked. It's more like, hey, here's an interesting bit of info that you didn't know about.
Tom takes issue, however, with iDubbbz's attempts to analyze Sam's use of ironic bigotry as a shield to hide his beliefs, as a waste of time.
It's just, this is, oh my god. I like that these guys are able to make a living. It enables me to also make a living.
And Tom claims that Sam has no issues copping to being genuinely right-wing and that Ian was terminally negligent, so he didn't realize that Sam was...
You should play the clip where I asked him if he donated to the Daily Stormer and he awkwardly didn't answer me.
Just messing with him, despite the theme of the documentary being about him trying to
Sucks you have to work a 9 to 5. Don't worry, this guy's gonna have to as well.
unravel why Sam chose to mess with him.
But going back to Ian's negligent approach to all of this, if he had simply taken the time to do his due diligence, this would become obvious to the point.
So is the shooter thing like he's creating incel culture and the trans panic, which ultimately leads to people shooting up schools? Is that really his... I mean, is that his conclusion? Did I get it? It's because he's portraying yeah, that's it. That's probably it.
Where asking Sam, or even trying to
I think it's fucking retarded, but
structure the documentary around it is a complete waste of time, especially if his objective was to make an entertaining video.
First, despite doing this himself literally in every video he makes, I think Tom's bias against iDubbbz is...
I wish if these guys didn't like wildly overcommit their argument to like the most clickbaitable degree, and they just kind of sat down, because you know they have to justify these videos existing. It can't just be that he dislikes Turkey Tom's content and he thinks it's like bad for general society. It has to be that he's like inspiring school shooters or something, or he's taking it to that degree. Or instead, it can't even be Turkey Tom, because at least he's pulling up like a school shooting to cite Turkey Tom in it. But it has to be the entire community. The entire community is causing this to happen as well. Whereas if he just sat there and he broke down, like, for example, a video that's in this, the TBYS video on Tectone, and talked about how videos like that and their absolute disgusting portrayal of women is like a net negative, that would be a video that I think a lot more people from a broader audience would look at and go, yeah, you're kind of right about that, you know? I don't like how that video got kind of swept under the rug by a lot of people, and he didn't like that I didn't like it because he cried about it on Twitter a couple weeks later. And I think that's like a perfect example of something that these guys could make a video on, but I don't think they can because the scope has to be bigger or they can't justify making a drama video. So they put themselves in these unwinnable boxes and they make like extremely embarrassing like content porn for everybody to react to and laugh at and like talk about as like Norwood scale or something. And I think that there's probably a video here.
Making him forget that documentaries are about piecing narratives together from footage, which can change and evolve the more you get. This was the Sam Hyde experience.
I mean, I just fundamentally disagree with the majority of his explanation as to what happened with the Sam Hyde documentary.
iDubbbz got, and that influenced what he made, regardless of the intentions that he went in with. Secondly, shit like this that Tom is doing simultaneously acknowledges that Sam is a genuinely far-right racist and anti-Semite, and
yeah, but why can't Ian shoot a documentary with him?
Dismisses anybody who treats that fact as concerning. The message
it's not glorifying
to the audience with this is yes, Sam's politics are real, but taking them seriously makes you the loser. Far-right figures.
I thought you were trying to argue that iDubbbz wasn't trying to jump him and that wasn't the intent. Or is he arguing here that if iDubbbz wasn't doing that, but if he did based?
Are normalized a lot in these kinds of spaces, not by...
Yeah, it just feels like sour grapes because Ian couldn't get the W. That's what I'm getting out of this. It's sour grapes because iDubbbz went there to expose an alt-right guy and let an alt-right guy ruin his fucking life.
Explicitly denying what they believe, but by making concern about what they believe seem naive and uncool.
Like, I'm sorry that you guys are so incompetent and you let these fucking Nazis walk all over your corpse.
Commentator of the year,
and that you're
commentator
like,
of the year.
Your charisma's in the
mentioning
toilet.
The shooter he is referencing also credits iDubbbz and Hassan Parker, which I find destroys most of his argument.
Yeah. I'm sorry that you guys don't have the work ethic to be a Nazi and post things fucking constantly. I'm sorry that you guys deplatformed all these dudes and they built fucking platforms for them to make more money than you. Because that's what happens when you deplatform people. They still find a way to make an income and you guys don't have any safety nets like that. I'm sorry that unfortunately some of these guys have more charisma than you'll ever have in your entire life. And that causes them to be able to manipulate more people. But I don't really think that kind of crying like a baby about it is the answer. I think you should just work on your content, work on your messaging, make it for people who don't automatically agree with you. Is there any person on planet Earth who's going to watch this video who isn't already like safely inside of the demographic it's being put out to and have their mind changed by this? Like, actually? You're making a video. Someone pointed out in the chat that this is antagonistic towards not only Tom, but his viewers. Isn't the entire thing that you guys are supposed to be doing pulling people from the far right and like rehabilitating them or whatever the fuck you guys claim that you're doing? This is the issue. None of these guys want to put in the work. And it makes these videos really embarrassing. Like they kind of just expect to be handed everything.
More on that later. Now,
Rob's Media, am I in this video? I hope so. I don't think so.
Whether
I haven't seen you yet, maybe though.
Or not, iDubbbz had all of this in mind when he said personal reasons for banning Hyde from his event. Who fucking knows? But what the
I mean, I think the context clues that we've gotten, Mr. Documentaries are ever-changing ideas that we get when new information is provided. I think we have enough information to kind of derive something here, for sure.
Audience actually needs to know is who Sam Hyde is, and Turkey Tom ensures that they don't, collapsing the entire...
Yeah, unfortunately, Sam Hyde's like identity is not really relevant to him mogging the fuck out of iDubbbz when he came to jump him at his fucking house and film a documentary about it. I think that Tom's whole audience knows that Sam Hyde is like far right. I think that most people have come to that conclusion.
Complicated.
That's why it makes iDubbbz's loss even more embarrassing.
Record of everything I just fucking told you.
I'm not doing a political background on every single person I cover in my YouTube drama. It's just not happening. I'm sorry.
To political opinions and presenting the ban as an inexplicable act of censorship against a guy who was just being funny. when Sam harasses
Dude, it's not an inexplicable... Sorry, it's not... It's, okay, I can't fucking... He can ban him. It's hilarious that he banned him based off all the information. But I do think it was a contributing factor as to why the event failed. You have to understand, at the end of this rainbow that you're creating right now, get it, rainbow? There's a failed charity event. And Tom is establishing how the event failed by providing the Sam Hyde context. Even though it doesn't make your balls tingle or something, it is absolutely a contributing factor in the failure of Creator Clash 2.
Other creators, including iDubbbz's wife, like a lot, it's presented as entertaining antagonism.
Did anybody even care that he banned him? It created a lot of negative content and publicity around the event, along with Froggy Fresh. But ultimately, I think the event's failings were in their preparation. I think Anissa Jomha was the architect of her own destruction.
But when people like iDubbbz tried to do something about it, it's seen as a problem.
Like, I'm one of the people, I don't really believe that Froggy Fresh was the defining reason why that event failed. I think there's plenty of people who didn't even know he's thrown off the card, but they also didn't know the event was even happening because the promotion was horrific. And they spent a fuckload of money bringing out comedians.
Remember this trend. It's gonna come back.
Comedian, singer, whatever the hell.
They'll be on the test. If any of that sounds familiar, it's because I did a video a while ago on the...
This video was horrific, dude. It was like embarrassing. I understand why you only watched like 5 minutes of it on your own video, because it was absolutely terrible.
Weird, obsessive hate train on iDubbbz.
Again, if anything, this ages more poorly now that his wife has been speaking on stream.
And doing that really made me think more and more about just how much more I had to talk about this entire space, and voila, this video was born. You're welcome. More content.
The gala was already planned? Yeah, I know. So was their expected ticket sales. They didn't reach them, though.
Mwah. Anyways, moving on from this shit show, my favorite example that I want
Yeah, the gala was planned, and it also cost money. Money they couldn't afford to waste.
to bring up is a Turkey Tom video titled...
And that's just one contributing factor.
The Alex Jones Story. This is the info.
See, is this whole thing like, here's all the videos that were bad from Turkey Tom? Because again, this is a bad video by Turkey Tom. I think that he just sits here and justifies a shitload of stuff about Alex Jones, or argues that his stuff was... I think it was that he was arguing that like Alex Jones was right about Pizzagate? Was it Pizzagate? I don't know which one it was. Here's the problem with this argument, though. I think conspiracy people are up big in the last year or so. But I don't think that his Alex Jones video is retroactively good. It is the greatest intro in YouTube history. This video is the greatest intro in YouTube history. That was like the only compliment I had for it.
Which he apparently deleted because, quote, YouTube wouldn't like it, if the comment is to be believed. To be transparent.
Well, you are YouTube, and I don't think you like it.
This video is from 2020, and normally I don't like to go back into someone's history if it doesn't seem relevant, but this serves as...
Bro's gobbling Tom's turkey? Bro, pause. You want to fight me on this? Fight me on this, motherfucker. If you think I'm gobbling Tom's turkey on this point, hold the fuck on. Yeah, you want it? Fight me.
This video will contain content that may disturb some viewers, including discussion of tragedies of all shapes and sizes. If that does not sound appealing to you, then please turn back now. Additionally...
And I've done the...
Okay, here it is. Tell me if I lied to you.
So whatever they do to me, I'm a man. I'm not sitting up here like I'm the biggest badass around, but you punch me, I'm gonna punch back. And I can sit back and tell you my family name is secure, and I've done the job I'm supposed to do. It's not some power trip, it's just who I am. I look at Stephanopoulos and all these sacks of shit sitting there telling us they're gonna leave the country. Listen, you son of a bitch, you're scared this country's gonna throw your carpet-bagging ass out. I see you, you little bloodthirsty maggot. Whatever happens to me, I just pray to God you get brought real low for what you've done, you little son of a bitch. So you understand one thing, there's a real world out there, there's a real God, there's a real devil. And for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And I want all the little men to know something. You were brought up as pieces of shit. And you thought you could dominate everybody because you were so insecure. And you thought people that were better than you were bad because they were better than you, and they were building a stairway to heaven for you. And so now you've started fights with people that are gonna break every bone in your body. So when you metaphysically have had your sternum broken and your ribs broken and your little neck strung up, you remember that you ran into real men and we kicked your ass. Now I'm done till tomorrow. I'm gonna turn it over to Darren McBreen and Owen Schroyer. But make no mistake, this is real. This is the info war. Oh, God help us. They're never gonna stop. They're gonna put drugs in the food and water more intense when we barely can resist. I mean, it's just so evil. Everybody's gonna be dying of cancer all around us, just with potbelly pedophiles hopping around like it's a Super Mario Brothers, grabbing our children, giggling, bouncing onto the necks with SWAT teams defending them as they just pick which kids they want. And as giant third world hordes just pour in, raping everyone, just sexualizing our children, ruling everything, debasing the currency, drugging the food and water, giving everyone cancer, and just dancing to their god of death, selling body parts, chopping up babies, the battle of the scalpel. I mean, it's just on. Hell on earth, the gates are opening, and out will flood the armies. And by the way, I like Ted Anderson, GCM. I mean, those other shows on there, and they think they're all in competition with me and all this crap. I'm not in competition with any of you people. I'm in competition with the devil. I'm in a death battle. And now you see the enemy say they're in a death battle. They know they're in a death battle. Only the spirit of knowing you're in a death battle will have you win. I don't know how all this is going to end, but like I told him 1,000 times, you want to fight? Better believe you've got one. You want to enslave my spirit? No! And I'll call on God to protect me and use me however God sees fit. And if I'm destroyed, my whole family with it, I don't blame God. I blame the stinking trash who will pay.
Dude, this is the funniest part.
Now,
wait.
And the devil that deceived them was cast in the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever.
All right, wait, ready?
Tormented by their own spirit.
Ready?
Alrighty, so.
Dude, this motherfucker just dropped the hardest intro in YouTube history, and he's like, okay, so today we're going to be talking about...
Where do we even...
Dude, that is outrageous. That is the greatest fucking... Unfortunately, I think the video is really bad, and I think I've watched it one time ever, but I've seen the intro 100 times. It is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Proof that Tom is still doing...
So, I just wanted to establish that he's unfortunately the best thing that Tom has ever created.
The exact same conspiracizing and narrative building he was doing 6 years ago.
Yeah, I think that Turkey Tom in 2019, 2020...
Just like saying the N-word.
Made some outrageously bad videos in his teenage years.
Shout out to that D'Angelo Wallace video calling him out on that 6 years ago. His video opens with an extended montage of Jones' most intense rhetoric, which I am not playing here because YouTube will ban me again.
What?
So use your imagination.
It's the best fucking... I've played this out. You're fine.
Tom then spends effectively the entire runtime of the video repositioning Alex Jones as a misunderstood truth teller persecuted by mainstream media. For example, take the Sandy Hook denial, an obvious horrendous lie that caused documented harassment of grieving...
I think that I agree. I think I'm going to agree with most of this.
Parents, and eventually resulted in a $1.4 billion defamation judgment upheld by the Supreme Court. Tom reframes Jones' claims as...
Yeah, the Sandy Hook stuff is like indefensible.
...as a mistake born of psychosis caused by media persecution, a character flaw for which Jones has repeatedly apologized and tried to fix. Tom argues...
This isn't to say that what he did was okay or to admonish him completely. It still happened and we should remember it. But citing him as the guy who said Sandy Hook was fake comes across like a lie to me, simply pushing the most negative event from his career to the forefront rather than explaining his life as a whole.
If there was a child molester, you called him the pedophile, would you say that that was a... Like, you know what I'm saying? Dude, I don't know. I think that people are oftentimes unfortunately characterized with their worst thing they've ever done.
Video just generally validates...
Yeah, it's a terrible take. Again, I'm glad that Tom deleted the video.
Jones' baseless conspiratorial ramblings.
I wish he left the intro, though.
Some of what Alex says may seem outlandish at first, but don't write it off completely just because the media tells you to. His words often bear much more truth than most would want you to think.
And frames his deplatforming from basically everywhere as a free speech crisis more concerning than anything Jones himself actually said.
From an ethical standpoint, I find what happened to Alex to be terrifying. Whether or not you like him or agree with what he has to say, what occurred here absolutely was a violation of free speech.
People like this don't seem to get that freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequences. This highly questionable piece of media.
The funny part of the freedom of speech stuff is always that they always complain that they never have enough money. And in this guy's defense, I don't think he actually has. But the freedom of speech, freedom of consequence thing, like, led to a lot of conservative content creators getting banned. And now people who are absolute pieces of shit, like Fuentes and stuff, they're all like permanently bankrolled. They've got like, oh, you took my bank account away? I've got this, and this. You know what I mean? Like, all these guys who got deplatformed basically utilized all the time they had not making money, creating new interesting ways to be financed for the rest of their lives. I think it also partially like propelled this grifter movement of just unironically supporting every single person ever from that side of the internet unequivocally without giving a shit about any of their takes. I do think that this is like a result of deplatforming for sure. But it is funny that when you'll have like one of these far left guys or like some of these tankies that get deplatformed, or even just like people who are hit by a YouTube glitch, they're like, I don't know where I can go. I don't know where I can make money now. Whereas like a far right guy gets banned, he's getting a fucking $2 million contract from some bullshit streaming site to go hang out there and post garbage videos to an army of bot followers. You have to contribute that in some capacity to these guys networking when they lost all their income.
Media closes by calling Jones a king if there ever was one and a testament to the power of...
I think that people thought if you ban them from the internet, they'll go away, and that is just backfired dramatically. But nobody wants to have that conversation because then they have to take accountability for the school shooter pipeline or something.
Of the internet. Nick Fuentes was a buddy of Jones, just like Sam Hyde. Wow, it's crazy how all of these guys are somehow related and keep coming up. Damn, crazy. Despite Tom being too much of a coward to keep this video up, its significance is not diminished by its removal, but it reveals a template in its undisguised form. It's the same documentary format, the same I'm not saying he's perfect but structure, the systemic reweighting of a figure's legacy away from the harm that they caused towards an admiring narrative of a...
Did he drink the entire Capri Sun 2 minutes into the video and holds it for the remainder of the video?
A persecuted truth teller.
I do like the bread tube aesthetic of being in a dirty fucking basement with no furniture and a male living space.
The deplatforming argument that Tom makes against the removal of content like Jones is particularly important.
I probably don't even agree with this. Let's see.
To call out because it's doing double duty. It validates proponents of this free speech core content while simultaneously inoculating the audience against the idea that removing extremist content from platforms is anything other than censorship, which primes the poor souls watching this garbage to...
Dude, riddle me this. Then why do all these fucking guys have more views than whatever the fuck is happening on this bread tube thing? Like, all of your friends are probably financially raped.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5, my man.
I don't understand the reality that we're dealing with here. You guys, like, is it just laziness? Where is... Guys, we just had an election. Donald Trump is the craziest he's been in his entire time that he spent in office. Between tariffs, the Iran war, you guys should be printing money right now. Why the fuck are guys like the Quartering raking in the remainder of his fucking $1 million contract at Rumble or whatever the fuck he was given? Like, how is this happening? How is this happening right now? This should be the most... Guys, back in the day, when there was a Republican in office on YouTube, that was the most financially lucrative time, especially going into midterms or an election year, to be a bread tuber or a leftist content creator. But now, I don't see any of them. They're all, like, evaporated talking about how they have no money. What happened?
See deplatforming or any retaliation against them as persecution rather than consequences. Sam Hyde. Unless, of course, it's against some people that they don't actually like, in which case they're...
Yeah, I don't think Hassan Piker should be permanently banned from every single social media like Alex Jones. I think that Hassan Piker should be banned via the terms of service on the site and not offered special privileges. Many of the bans that I've requested Hassan Piker get are more than his weekend ban. Maybe he should get a week for this. Maybe he should get a month. But my explanation on why Hassan Piker should be banned is that it would have curbed him sooner. If you slap somebody on the wrist and go, no, you can't do that, they stop doing that. If you let him run willy-nilly, you're spoiling him. The platform has spoiled Hassan Piker, and now they can't ring him in at all whatsoever. Or he'll come here. I don't know if you guys realize this. Hassan Piker being on Twitch while it's like a dying platform is majorly beneficial than him streaming on a site where I have ad revenue coming in. I don't know if you know about, I don't know if you're aware of this, but the minute he gets banned, he's not going to Kick, he's coming here, and this is where I get paid from. I don't want him here. I would like him there, but ultimately if they reeled him in sooner, he wouldn't be like this, you know?
All for, obviously, like Hassan. These guys are fucking obsessed with Hassan, but...
I wonder why we talk about the viral guy who's in a clip every fucking week.
More on that later. Speaking of these people and Hassan...
Nick is pro-segregation. Yes, keep Hassan Piker on Twitch. The segregation between YouTube and Twitch is a moral obligation. Keep the Twitch streamers on Twitch.
Hassan, this mechanism extends...
Unless you're taking out the entire platform, and then I don't know what we do.
Well beyond Turkey Tom. So why don't we, right now, introduce our very first guest? Commentary creator. He just does shitty stream reacts. A Cheeto.
Oh, dude. Again, I probably am going to agree with this.
He's a fellow Sam Hyde enjoyer and maker of very non-political...
Again, I don't think I've ever watched this. I think Ethan Klein and iDubbbz have watched more Sam Hyde than me, to be clear. But I'm not the one being called out here. The only thing that I thought Sam Hyde has done that I've seen that was awesome was the documentary on iDubbbz. I don't think I've spent more than 10 minutes watching other coverage of him.
Normal content with a bit of an oof level subscriber to view ratio. Anyways, dude made a video called Nick Fuentes Torches Hassan Piker.
Yeah, it's a crazy title.
Live. M-. Twitch's golden boy collapses. Banger title. This is responding to news of when Hassan Piker was banned on Twitch for this rather vivacious clip.
Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be...
I don't even remember this clip. How old is this? This is... unironically, I've seen so many clips of Hassan. This one's not hitting any buttons.
Gutting them.
Wait, did we just skip past Creator Clash? He just wanted to talk about Sam Hyde?
You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What?
Oh, this sounds like the fucking... Never mind.
What the is this shit, man?
For context, he's mad at the Democrats for nearly fumbling engaging with a...
What is the context that makes that a rational thing to say on stream to an audience of people? Mr. Drama Slop to School Shooter Pipeline? What is the explanation that you could provide that would make that a reasonable thing that you should be saying to your audience?
Right-wing candidate.
Again, I say crazy shit on here too, but like the immediate jump to like, here's how we can justify this statement thing is really cringe. Just say you don't care.
The name of Herschel Walker, which, to be fair, how the fuck do you fumble against this dumb domestic abuser? Jesus fucking Christ. Anyways, as one...
You know what's even crazier? How the fuck did Hassan lose a debate to his son, bro? How the fuck did that happen? How do you lose a debate to Herschel Walker's fucking kid, bro?
One does. In response to this, Cheeto plays a clip of Nick Fuentes, who I imagine most of you know is so extreme he was banned from virtually every single mainstream platform.
Good. He would do the exact same to every one of us, bro.
Here's what he has to say.
Hassan Piker is human trash who should be deported back to Turkey.
This is true.
He was born in New Jersey, you fucking retard.
Honestly, we should just put him in the ocean like Osama bin Laden. We should just give him a watery grave like bin Laden. Just tie weights to his ankles and...
Again, Cheeto is absolutely, utterly worthless as a content creator. He's got no value at all. He had a mental breakdown that somebody criticized Jesus on Easter or something. What the fuck was that drama about? This guy's content is absolute garbage.
Throw him overboard. I don't care who the fuck does it. Dude. I don't care if the IDF does it. Hey,
New Jersey is worse. I think New Jersey is worse than a watery grave. I'd agree.
Oh, if you can...
The best thing that I heard about a leak on Avengers is that Magneto destroys New Jersey.
Can hear us. Can you do us a solid?
Boy, that's a pretty spicy clip. Like basically on the level of Hassan stuff, right? I'm wondering what achieved.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is. Listen. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah.
Has to
That's worse than the Hassan clip you showed me.
This is true.
About what Nick, the #1 political.
Yeah, he's a total hypocrite. I agree.
Enemy in America is women. They have to be imprisoned. Fuentes has to say about what he just said.
The difference is that Nick Fuentes is known for using hyperbole and is known...
Oh, dude, this guy's a huge fucking loser, bro. Holy shit, dude. Nick Fuentes is known for using hyperbole. Yeah, okay, buddy.
Known for being funny and using satire.
He's known for being funny? This is literally, I like him, so it's okay. What a worthless loser.
Whenever he's talking about people he doesn't like, okay? Pretty obvious that he doesn't want him to be drowned. Simultaneously, Hassan is known for literally going to violent demonstrations to further his support for...
Oh yeah, this is just actual malice, bro. This is insane.
For the cause.
This guy, Cheeto is either mentally retarded or this is just malice.
See the difference here?
I can't possibly... Dude, I've made so many fucking comments about Hassan Piker. I can't possibly be... If you put me in a room with a clip of Nick Fuentes and a clip of Hassan Piker and told me you've got to make Nick Fuentes look good, I'd be turning it on my... I don't know. What do I do there? How do I fix this? How is this even possible? I feel like you have to be a special type of like topic rape to do that.
He's using hyperbole. Nick is just a silly little guy.
Why would... No, you're saying both. That's cope. Why would you pick that example though? As a person given the opportunity to choose, why would you pick Nick Fuentes and go, this is the video I want to make today? That's the main thing. He's like, I have a million different angles I can take this clip. Let me suck Nick Fuentes' cock.
It's totally...
Why am I seeing his feet? I don't know, there's like weird foot fetish shit in here too. I don't know what's happening.
Obvious that the guy who openly loves Hitler is using hyperbole, but of course Hassan is definitely not. Definitely not. In the same video, by the way, he describes Hassan...
Again though, is your argument that people are contributing to like future school shooters? Wouldn't violent rhetoric, regardless of whether it's a funny haha moment, if that's what you actually believe, wouldn't that be something that would be ultimately a huge negative for a content creator to do in front of 40,000 people? Isn't that like, again, I'm not the you're responsible for your environment guy, your environment. Fuck me, I am that guy. No, I'm not the one who's like, you're responsible for your audience guy. That's you. You should condemn that too. I mean, there should be like a middle ground here, no?
Hassan Piker's aggressive political rhetoric as genuinely dangerous stochastic terrorism, as well.
Yeah, stochastic terrorism is dangerous, yeah.
As well as advocating for Hassan to also be, understandably...
This is where I have a problem with his video. If he could bite a single bullet, I think that we would be able to meet somewhere in the middle on these things, but he is just so like weaponized team sports on it. I can't even just completely agree with something that otherwise I think that we're mostly like aligned on.
Deported.
He has like 80,000, 60,000 concurrent viewers listening to the rhetoric, and that rhetoric, whether they hear it directly from Hassan or someone hears it from someone who watches Hassan, it spreads. It normalizes this sort of behavior.
Dude, how can this retard say this shit? Yeah, again, I'll just, you know, I'll let him have his moment.
Someone hears it from someone who watches Hassan, it spreads. It normalizes this sort of behavior. Like, I get that he is born in New Jersey. I get he's a legal American. He needs to get the fuck out of my country immediately.
Bro, your country? Dude.
And whether that is done through, you know, him self-deporting, which you'd think he'd do by now. For someone who hates the country so much, he seems to be pretty cozy here. Or through him getting denaturalized or something, you know, maybe the next time he takes a trip abroad and he comes back, immigrations and customs, you know, they press.
Bro, if somebody gets the platform, we have a big fucking cry. But we can send somebody out of... We can fucking revoke citizenship at the border when they're coming home to see their fucking family. That's cool? For a U.S. citizen? I mean, it's just insane.
Press him a little harder. However,
we're going to strip this man of citizenship?
After it's done, he needs to leave.
Very curious that a white nationalist calling.
You guys don't know USA stands for United States of a Cheeto. Thank you. I didn't realize that, King JK.
For illegal Americans' death and deportation is something that you agree with, but is also satire simultaneously.
Yeah, I mean, this is fair.
But a left-wing streamer using aggressive metaphors is genuine incitement to violence and deserves to be censored. Curious patterns we are noticing, I'm sure. Also, this is unrelated, but I found this clip of him just saying some super weird stuff about skepticism that I have very little idea what it actually means, but I have to play it for you because it is just circling in my brain.
Dude, I don't know the science behind fluoride, but I'm one of these.
Yeah, honestly, if this guy ever watches my video, doesn't Cheeto have like a bunch of crazy gambling shit too? That's really, there was like a, no, where was the Cheeto channel where he was trying to give like people, oh my god, was there, where is the Cheeto channel where he's trying to give like advice? Hold on. Nick, would you consider opioids? Where is Cheeto's advice where he was talking about like school? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Where was this? He used to have a bunch of channels and I don't know the name of them. Do you remember what I'm talking? I forgot about that. Dude, imagine if, unironically, imagine if the guy who's making the video on the fucking pipeline or whatever went and found the footage of him like doing these bizarre high school. Dude, this is the kind of shit that I would expect to see in the Cheeto segment. The full high school, he's still making shit like this? What else is, let me see. What is this channel? Holy fuck. Dude, this shit.
All right, today we're talking about high school bathrooms, one of the most dangerous, disgusting places on earth. Now, I can only personally talk.
I think this is like insane content to be uploaded. The types of girls in high school.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are talking about the types of girls you'll see in high school. I've made videos talking about the types of guys you see in high school, and everyone in the comments is like, now types
Dude, this has 400,000 views. What do you think the demographic he's shooting for with this is?
Girls, now types of girls. All right, listen, I got you. Starting off, we have the ultimate fandom fangirl. Now, you'd think this girl graduated from Tumblr University. This is the type of girl you would see walk around school, and the only apparel she seems to wear is concert merch, band merch.
Dude, this is just weird content.
Ridiculous stan behavior. I mean, I guess it can be annoying and frustrating to deal with certain types of, stans and fan bases. Like the K-pop stans are notorious.
It's just, yeah. Riding the school bus was insane.
Ah, the school bus.
If this guy ever gets, if anything ever happens with this guy's reputation, this is the first thing you're going to hear at the beginning of every video.
Ah, the school bus. It's not just transportation. It's a test of patience, endurance, and occasionally your sense of smell. Everyone's got stories, and everyone remembers the cast of characters you'd only find on the yellow prison.
People are like, oh no, this is years ago. This is 2024 in September. I mean, yeah, it is almost. Yeah, it's weird.
People where I'm such a skeptic and I'm so schizo that if someone on Twitter says, like, don't eat this, there's a chance.
If this guy ever gets what? If this guy ever gets, like, allegations, bro, the school bus clip's coming back immediately.
It's that it has, like, this weird relationship with something and then it has a graph. I'll just avoid that thing, to be honest. I'm so susceptible to propaganda, but it's the
dude, no. No.
kind of propaganda that disguises itself as anti-propaganda. It's like the government doesn't want you to know this. The propagandists don't want you to know this. Do this thing. And so that's how I basically operate. If someone says that the government doesn't want me to know this or something like that, and it's just straight up propaganda in the other direction, I'll just do it.
Shout out fluoride. It's worth noting that the
That was honestly a good joke too. Fuck.
hyperbole defense of Fuentes required the audience to ignore that 5 of Fuentes' followers were among the first rioters to storm the U.S. Capitol on the infamous January 6th. One of them, Kristen Seeker.
Dude, I wish I made the Mouthy Buddha video. I know that one guy is gonna be like, you motherfucker, you're giving me hope. I wish I made the Mouthy Buddha video, bro. That shit was crazy. I don't think it could be released on YouTube these days, and not for the reasons that this YouTuber would assume.
Was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison after entering the Senate chamber carrying an America First flag. Fuentes himself called the Capitol siege a glorious day and was subpoenaed by the January 6th committee.
Alright, I get it. Yeah, I hate Nick Fuentes. I don't think he has any redeeming qualities. He's subhuman. A Cheeto!
They're being trained to find white supremacists funny, relatable.
Yeah, dude, if this guy had access to like a Cheeto's child content channel where he's talking about like the type of people on the school bus, I think that he probably would have gone to town with that.
If the genre rehabilitates the extreme right, you've probably gathered that it does the exact opposite work on the progressive left, using the tried and true tactic of systematically framing progressive viewpoints as personal evolution of moral degeneration.
So is the only reason that Ethan Klein is not in this video because he thought he's gonna get sued by him? Because fair play. I'm wondering, like, why is Ethan not in this video?
Something, fascism, whatever. Roman, why are your clothes different? Yet
I mean, this kind of is just like the Noah Samson thing again, isn't it?
equally fired. Just look, stuff happens, things happen. Just don't speak so loudly. Mama has a headache and really needs her special.
Okay, I'm jumping ahead. I can't watch this guy drink anymore. Fucking. Oh, Leafy. Okay, Leafy, by the way, total fucking loser, drug addict, pathetic freak now, who literally has to be edgy on social media in like awkward, increasingly awkward and less funny ways when he pops back up again, because he's just burnt now and he can't really tell jokes.
Offensive humor, slurs, and aggressive takedowns, to which iDubbbz himself has importantly disavowed, apologized for, and distanced himself from his slur-slinging audience.
Okay, we're back in business, boys.
If you want to know why all of these guys are so obsessed with / hate him so much, it's because they're his slur-slinging audience. N-word. The fall is of course everything that came after. His progressive
Oh my god, this is one of the most embarrassing conversations ever, dude.
political shift, his public vulnerability.
Yeah, his public vulnerability. He released a video of himself crying at the end of a content cop where he was making a video shitting on somebody else in his return. And he brought up... never mind, I'm not gonna say it, but listen... All right, I'm just saying I haven't heard a lot of Sean since he was in that video. And I think, I'm not saying it's for a matter of fact, but I am saying that iDubbbz was the N-word guy and Content Cop was the series that had the N-word argument. And I'm not saying that iDubbbz specifically brought him on for any reason to look better in front of a certain community, but I haven't heard from Sean since.
Relationship with his longtime partner Anissa, which I cannot underemphasize how much these guys hate her. By the way,
dude, that's like 4 of me.
Like if you search her name on YouTube, every video is some weird hit piece oozing with misogyny. Like
I just like watched her stream. Wait, what is misogynistic about my videos here?
Underemphasize how much these guys hate her.
Anissa Jomha and iDubbbz disavowed the CPS call.
Longtime partner.
Yeah, you could tell I hated women when I made that title.
Anissa, which I...
Anissa's back on Twitch.
Cannot...
Yep, that shows a lot of women hatred.
Underemphasize how much these guys hate.
I don't have to make my videos frame this her being misogynist. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have to make like misogynistic titles most of the time. Sometimes it's funny, so maybe it'll pass, but I don't remember the last time I did that. And if I did, it wasn't really cognizant. But for the most part, if I just put Anissa in the thumbnail, the video just does well. You know, that's kind of just how it goes. Thank you for showing the playlist. iDubbbz's wife is worse than you think. That's probably the closest you'll get, right? How many like misogynistic titles do I really have? Realistically, it's probably not even because I'm a good person. If I do certain things, I'm going to get my video demonetized. I try to go by as neutral as possible.
By the way, like,
hey, Empathy Enjoyer.
If you search her name on YouTube, every video,
like when I do like the Stoic Chronicle stuff, I skip the intros on a lot of those things because with the whole like Anissa hit the wall song or whatever
is some weird hit piece oozing with misogyny. Like some channels will have absurd.
Oh, this is me. Hi.
Amounts of video on these guys.
Yes, let's go!
It's just really pathetic. Anyways, the title, The Disturbing Downfall, very clearly doesn't describe what iDubbbz...
You know I released like 370 videos last year, right?
...did at his...
I mean, it's still a high number. I'm not saying it's not a high number, but I released 370 videos or something last year, or more.
...peak, like saying the N-word to an influencer in public. It describes what he became when he moved away from it. This framing is intentional and necessary to maintaining the genre's viewer's ideological baseline.
How is releasing videos disturbing? It's because big number a lot. What I really should have done was eventually split the iDubbbz and Anissa one, but I think I have comparably sized playlists as well. Let me see, like, what is the most nuclear playlist size on the channel? Video count 100 for Ethan Klein, 60 for Hassan Piker, 99 for iDubbbz and Anissa, 43 for Hassan Piker Orbiters. Orbiters, though, is like all-encompassing. That's like every video on Denims, Frogan, Mike from PA. Like, there's a variety there. So, if anything, the iDubbbz ones are probably similar, if not less than the Hassan Piker ones. Bo Blacks has 27. We haven't done one of those in years, though. 23 for Creator Clash, but there's overlap there. There is some overlap in these playlists as well. 22 for Mr. Beast, 26 for Destiny, 21 for Tipster and Keffels, who had their own playlists, 34 for, that's commentary videos. I think that's not like a current playlist. Yeah, that's kind of the most I'm seeing here. But Cruel World Happy Mind 15 is a bit of an outlier. 22 for I'm Alex. The reality is, though, that when when every fucking week there's a new clip, there's going to be stuff to talk about. It's not like I don't think I've really had to sit here and create content out of thin air. I don't really struggle to hit an hour or two in talking about any of these topics.
That the edgy, offensive, slur-slinging content of 2016 YouTube was and is the natural state of affairs. iDubbbz's evolution past this is framed as a self-destruct, carried out in a pitiful way. His recollection on his past and him developing empathy is called delusional. His public...
Yeah, he sounds fucking crazy delusional. You just have to listen to 5 minutes of him talking to figure that one out.
apologies are framed as masochism and self-flagellation.
Yeah, he's been doing it for like 7 years. It's literally enveloped, like, it has actually just destroyed him. He has just been saying sorry for longer than he was making content. Is that true? Has he been saying sorry for making content longer than he was even making it?
His appearances on Hassan and a feminist media critics podcast is framed as proof that he has debased himself.
He has, to be clear, yes.
Again, the left are...
Even if you say it as, woo, I can't believe it, it's true.
Continually classified as activists, but the anti-Semitic...
He literally apologized to Francisca Ramsey for Chris Ray Gunn's old content because she confused them. Yep.
Semites are just goofy guys, am I right, fellas? This pathologization extends to every marker of progressiveness or emotionally open masculinity.
The issue, another issue this guy has is like a hyperfixation on iDubbbz. I don't know if he had like a similar thing. I'm not trying to like diagnose him here or act like his therapist, but again, framing this entire video as iDubbbz again is probably not a good idea. Like, how many videos has he made like this? 2? The Crimes New Roman YouTube channel. Ludwig Mango and Pretending to Care About Harassment. iDubbbz. Yeah, I mean, Asmongold is here. That's something. Okay. Gamer Sins. Yeah, I feel like if you're arguing this from the iDubbbz perspective, you're putting yourself in like a bad spot.
For example, iDubbbz took his
there are probably better examples you could find.
Wife's last name, and Tom frames this as becoming a full-blown masochist, as inherently humiliating.
For the time being, everyone got to watch the unspoken but explicit transformation of Ian from a guy who had...
Like, the issue is that a lot of people kind of have come to the terms that, like, the reason why iDubbbz and Anissa are hated isn't necessarily straight up because, like, their audience is racist. Their audience, like, they wish they would say the N-word and target black people or something. There probably was a sector of that at one point, but it's not like the people who hate him now in 2026 for the most part. And also in the last year or so, they've done like a really good job at helping people get to the point where they realize they're just unlikable. Like, Anissa is a wildly unlikable person, and it took another charity event failing for people to put 2 and 2 together. And unfortunately, Ethan Klein had to say something, or I think they would be like doing the whole, oh no, you're just incels, oh, you hate sex work. But now it's more of a mainstream opinion that they're just like really insufferable losers.
Regrets about how insensitive he'd been in the past to a full-on masochist.
He never mentions Creator Clash in his Ian video. He kind of mentioned it here, but he just made it a Sam Hyde thing, or it was a Sam Hyde enhancer.
Tom never elaborates why this is because he doesn't have to. Everybody knows the woman is supposed to take the man's name, right? Tom points out.
Yeah, I mean, traditionally, yes. That is how that works. That is like the current gender norms of the society that we live in currently. Even now, yeah. It is worth noting. I mean, I'm sorry. I understand that you guys want to live in like a post-gender society eventually, but in most cases, even in progressive areas, if you heard that the husband took the wife's last name, you would probably have an eyebrow raised. Maybe you wouldn't say anything or question it, but you'd be like, I wonder why he did that. And that's like reinforcement that this is what most people would assume. Because alternatively, I think it's become way more common to combine the last name and call yourself like Washburn Jomha or Jomha Washburn or any variation of that. I think that's something that's been more normalized, but it is a rare occurrence for a husband to take a wife's last name, and it would be something that would get you an inquisitive thought when you'd see it.
Dubs making an appearance on Hassan's stream is problematic due to Hassan's overtly political online presence.
We're either going to hyphenate or keep our old names.
Yet curiously doesn't have a problem with him associating with the, again.
Yeah, the hyphenation thing is like, dude, I wonder if people are going to see the hyphenation and go, ooh, is this AI? It's like, no, that's my name, you fucking read.
Anti-Semite who gave a Nazi $5,000? I'd say probably the most deranged clip in this entire thing, and there are a lot of them, is when Tom pulls a clip of iDubbbz crying during a live stream with a therapist.
Bo Black has commented on the video. I wrote LMAO. People were telling me that I needed to watch this immediately. Wait, what? Oh yeah, the content keeps coming, eh? Me when I'm not mad? Bro, you know how much I'm gonna profit off of this shit? Holy fuck, dude. Where is, Remember, the only stat that matters is the bank account at the end of the month. What do we have here? Is Bo Black's in here? Did I miss him? Or them? I don't know what Bo Black's is doing these days. iDubbbz pinned. Oh, can you guys not? You're in my chat. Don't do. Oh, actually, it's not mean, so it's fine. Where would Bo Black's be? Bo Black, these videos being treated as just documentaries or essays contribute to so many lies. You know that you're the co-host of After Hours, right? For years, including your, like many of these, like the clip of Augie. It's not like in that clip specifically, but you knew where you were, right? Inaccuracies, downplayed info. Like, you know, Augie had like a cozy channel, and you were still friends with him. But again, this is more just like Bo Black's is crying because he got outed for being a total fucking loser. And it still haunts him. He still doesn't understand why people don't like him.
Therapist while expressing sympathy for another couple's experiences due to.
I see 22 videos on Bo Black's and I'm like, I should have gone harder.
The realities of having a public-facing relationship.
Same person live streamed his own therapy session where he actually cried.
Like, the issue that I have here is a lot of these clips where it's like, dude, I can't believe Tom criticized this. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I totally agree with Tom's criticism on this.
While expressing he wished he had the relationship that Ethan and Hila have.
You know, I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Hila. I'm like, fuck, like...
I mean, this is an insane thing to put at the end of an exposed video.
It's just really...
If it wasn't manipulative, it would still be pathetic.
Yeah. It's really hard.
I mean, it's also hilarious. There's so many different things happening in my mind right now watching this.
To be,
Also, it's that he's just, I mean, obviously this is what a therapist is going to do, but him just not moving for the majority of it makes it funnier.
A couple online and see people attacking her partner, and
it's not cringe that he's crying, it's cringe that he's sharing it. Oh, almost certainly. Yeah, I don't care that you're crying in a therapy session. I care that you had this recorded and it was broadcasted in a video that was an exposed video on Ethan Klein. But even then, I think that like his own podcast that he does with his wife is in it of itself just like their therapy session talking about how horrible their lives are, which is hilarious that they're arguing stuff about. It's not a podcast. This is not what podcasting is. It's an emotional dumping ground. When he'll post stuff like this on social media, this is literally an emotional dumping ground.
It's like, okay, like if you come to their defense.
Yeah, it's like he needed to source a clip of his empathy. It's really bizarre.
That doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
This is a self-own so devastating, I can hardly believe it's real.
What is impressive about this is that even though Tom included the context of why iDubbbz is crying in his own video,
he just doesn't agree with you? Is that why he's bad?
No. Tom proceeds to lie in 4K.
Like, you understand? Dude, we just went from a Cheeto segment that I'm like 85% on. And then we cut to like, iDubbbz cried and here's why Tom's a meanie pants. I don't understand I don't get what this video is.
About why he is crying.
Because I think that there's a version of whatever his thought process was that I would be much more aligned with.
He is not jealous of them, but that he sympathizes with...
He cries as he strikes you? Is he gonna smack me with the spoon, bro?
Wanting to protect your partner publicly, even if sometimes it is not always the most helpful thing to do for them. It is truly deranged behavior to think of this as a self-own. Like, it's times like this where I truly don't know if people like Tom are just intentionally lying to their drooling audience, or if he is so lost in the...
Dude, this is the part where it's like, man, you were in an echo chamber, dude. That clip you watched, you're like, he must be lying. No human being could come to this conclusion. You gotta get out of your circle, man. I don't know how you could look a video that's so unanimously agreed on in that department and go, how could someone believe that? Do you think it's like dead internet theory that everyone's just like a bot? Because that sounds like a psychotic conservative talking point, to be clear. But yeah, wow. All right, that's like a huge one that just kind of explains this video.
Sauce, he is completely incapable of taking in things that are outside of his perceived worldview.
Yeah, it's you, dude. That's actually you. Fuck me, man. I mean, oh wow, that's a bit tight.
He can claim his intentions were irrelevant all he wants, but at the end of the day, it's clear that he wasn't indoctrinating his audience or sending a message. He was just being offensive for the sake of entertainment. If at any point he was morally grandstanding, that point is right now, as he tells the people who liked his old content that they need to acknowledge that it's irresponsible.
In fact, large parts of the content sphere...
Yeah, it's like, I disagree with your opinion so bad.
...mobilized to overrule his own self-assessment when he apologized initially.
Yeah, because his video is terrible.
And large swaths of people still do this to this day. For example, the next guest...
Yeah, he's like
DeOrio.
hyper-fixated
Hey, I actually think you're a pretty funny guy.
We have here.
This guy said that I was crying on stream, making it seem like he was live and raw, but forgets he was crying at the end of an insane H3. Yeah, again, he's talking about context. I would point that out too, but I think he would probably still have the same opinion. He probably can't differentiate why that would be a bad thing. Honestly, it probably wasn't on purpose.
Sensitive Society, who takes the award for probably the most obnoxious titles of all time, and also made a video on how people should be able to say the R word.
Dude, fuck off. This day. Oh, man.
iDubbbz.
Oh, man. Okay, yeah.
Self-reflection as evidence of brainwashing.
Here, I do think iDubbbz has been brainwashed into thinking that he was like the 2010s hit.
I mean, I just can't watch any of this shit. I think this is all just, I think this is worthless.
Hitler, and he was killing puppies and, you know, people and saying the N-word every 2 seconds and just being a terrorist. And
you would never catch me dead sitting and watching a Sensitive Society video.
Also did 9/11. No, it was never that.
Critical's terrible video also disagreeing with iDubbbz's assessment as an authority against iDubbbz's interpretation of his own work, because obviously
does Critical know that he was complicit in a mass shooting?
You got to pull out the heavyweights for something like this, right?
That's a joke for the record.
Talks about this content makes it sound like he used to murder puppies for these videos, which it was never that extreme. I very much would consider it edgy. It was 2016
The thing is, they just disagree on like the N-word stuff. That's it. They disagree with it.
edginess.
The argument that iDubbbz indoctrinated an entire fucking cult of people or something like that, I think is too far.
In all of its glory. The point of his content wasn't to be hateful or hurtful. He really was just trying to entertain. At least that's how I and the majority of people viewed it.
This is one of many.
I don't think the slur epidemic is like the biggest thing that's ever happened. Also, that's another thing that I'm going to disagree with you on. I just don't think it matters that much.
Examples of the genre manufacturing consent.
Again, I'm not trying to fucking jump out of here saying, I gotta say the N-word. It's not in my vocabulary. But I think when we got to the point where we started jumping on people who blurted out while they were singing like a Drake song, like Ninja, on stream, I think we went a little too far there. It's just like, yeah, I don't know.
Really
I struggle to care about a lot of this stuff. The clips that get me where I'm like, yeah, this guy's a fucking degenerate freak. And like this guy's a fucking racist piece of shit is when they're using it in like a inflammatory way towards a specific group of people that it's targeted towards. And there are exceptions and stuff to that. And obviously, yeah, cool. But to the part where we're like scared if it gets blurted out when somebody's singing in a white chick's song, what was it? The fucking Biggie 50 Cent song. Like if like in current day, if that happened in real life, you'd be like,
telling a person
I think that's like just whatever.
That to their own
I guess what I'm trying to argue is that context does matter. It just probably matters more. It would probably the context would probably be a bit more closed than it was back in the day when that argument was actually made.
reflection on their past behavior is wrong, and that
Why Are You Purple? It's a parody of I'm Alex's Avatar from like 2016.
growth is a delusion, which is ironic.
Nick, I don't believe you. It's 100% in your vocabulary. If it was, I would have said it. The fact that there's no clip of me saying it on social media, and that is the meme, but like, honestly, it would have come out. The reason why people keep having N-word moments in video games is because they just say it with their friends when they're playing video games. That's why. That's why it happens. You don't just say a word that you never use regularly in the middle of a heated video game moment.
When a lot of these guys' channels looks like this. The framework that we
It's cool not to slur. I mean, sure, fine. I don't really care what your opinion on that is. I mean, I just don't care. I'm going to say the word retarded. If you don't like that, it's totally fine.
see from these guys is exceptionally simple. A man who cries is weak. A man who apologizes has been broken. A man who takes his wife's name has been emasculated. A man who moves politically left has been corrupted.
The problem is iDubbbz is all of these things, and there's like a variety of reasons for it, and we're isolating that to like one individual incident.
But a man who was dropping slurs and bullying creators for entertainment, that man had integrity. And Tom says this almost.
I see it as you're right, but it saddens me. I just want to be me. Like when I'm on my stream, I want to be me. I don't want to have to like, I don't know. When you start kind of doing stuff that you don't care about on social media, it gets portrayed through your content. I want people to look at my content and go, that's Nick, and I don't like him, and move on. You know, that's fine. Not everybody has to like me. Not everyone has to like what I do. Not everyone has to like how I speak, but I want to just speak like me. Because if you start to speak like somebody else or do things like somebody else, then you're creating like a facade, and it's a bubble that will eventually burst. I don't have an incentive to try to pull in people who wouldn't like me.
Verbatim.
Up until 2020, iDubbbz was one of the few people who stuck true to his original audience without diluting it or trying to have his fan base admire him parasocially. He made very funny, even if offensive, YouTube videos without dumbing down his content or engaging in unnecessary drama, something most people would see as integrity.
The N-word. You hear manosphere-coded language of varying intensities all the time in these videos, but Tom's framing demonstrates how manosphere...
It's so funny, like me in particular, I fucking hate the manosphere stuff. I can't even watch takedown pieces on the manosphere stuff because then I have to subject myself to like clavicular and sneeko. They're like some of my least favorite topics to cover. It's interesting, I guess, to watch them in retrospective videos, but man, I would literally be pulling my hair out if that was the viral... If the viral drama was sneeko every single day, I don't know if I could do every other day streams. I just don't know. I don't think I could do it. The same thing would happen is if it turned to like IRL drama and shit. I just find these people just like absolutely repugnant.
spheric ideology can be
I cringe so fucking hard. Yeah, it's if I had to regularly listen to what these guys had to say, I just lose it. I don't know if I wouldn't be having fun making YouTube drama content. I'd be looking towards making different stuff.
Delivered without any of its explicit vocabulary. He never says any word.
Like, dude, honestly, I could put up with a certain level of fucking desert warfare, but if I have to start listening to people talk about low value women, I think I'll explode. I legitimately think I will fucking explode.
Words like cuck, probably because his comment section usually does that for him. He simply tells a story in which every marker of emotional openness, interest in progressive politics, and respect for women's autonomy corresponds to decline, and every marker of...
Like, what does that mean? Oh, like a low value woman? Whatever incel talking point we've got this week is how we'll apply the logic to that one.
Aggression, offensiveness, and emotional detachment corresponds to...
Like, again, I saw this today. You want an example of just why I absolutely fucking hate social media? I can't wait till they take everyone's revenue away on Twitter. Aren't they killing monetization? It's just, like, over. I heard they're killing monetization. I'm super stoked on this.
Well...
Dude, what the fuck did I just find by mistake? What the fuck is this?
What are the oranges for? Well, I bet it tasted good. Let me know what you think.
I think I requested this.
What are the oranges for? Well, I bet it tasted good. Let me know what you think. What are the oranges?
This is such a specific joke. Why is this? I got. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? I have to, dude. I have to send this to everyone I know. Oh my god. Holy shit. What the fuck? What the fuck is this, bro? Bro, what the fuck is this? What was I looking for? Oh.
Nicholas DeOrio. Hey, I actually think you're a pretty funny guy.
This is what I was looking for.
Forgiven orange circle, orange circle, orange circle.
All right, we're almost done with the stream. I can kill that tweet now. Where is this? Oh, this is it. I'm so tired of this, man. I'm just so fucking tired of this. I need them to just take away everyone's ad revenue. I'm sorry, Raws Alerts. I'm hoping that you still are financially successful in the future. Because I heard Twitter is removing ad revenue. I'm just so tired of like a viral tweet popping up every day where someone just takes like a fucking attractive woman and goes, bro, is she fucking beat? Bro, have you fucking seen this woman? Is she fucking beat? If they just find like a bad picture of like attractive women. Bro, did she hit the fucking wall? And it literally just starts with, look, 3,000 comments, dude. This probably made so much fucking money. I can't wait till they take the revenue away.
Greatness. And the articulate individuals in his...
Hey, thank you.
Comments absorb that...
Nicholas, the GOAT. Thank you for the $5,
value system, not...
Twitter monetizing tweets was the fucking worst thing. Dude, unironically, so many of fucking Elon's only good thing that he did was just make it so you don't immediately get banned. If I could... Dude, this is my hot take. If I could go back to Jack Doherty Twitter, not the guy in between. That guy was like a fucking Twitter Nazi. But I think I would take Jack Doherty Twitter over Elon Twitter currently in its current iteration. It's just too much. I just can't take the fucking crazy grifting money monetization tweets anymore. It's just absolutely insane. Like weaponized misinformation shit is just so fucking crazy.
As an argument, but is the...
Like at least on Jack Doherty, you could say some shit and they wouldn't ban you, and they'd be like, you could come back to the site eventually, most likely. But on fucking Elon, you get to stay there forever and nothing ever gets taken down, which, okay, I can live with that. But, dog, nah, like this fucking monetization shit, the bots have gone through the roof. Like, dude, it's a genuine chore to use the site now.
Obvious shape of a compelling narrative.
I don't think Jack Doherty's Twitter could exist in current day either, because it was from a different time. And people weren't like super hyper, like in the beginning, people weren't like super hyper deplatforming. Nowadays, I think they would have cucked to pressure. Was it Jack Dorsey, not Jack Doherty? Oh my god. What? Thank you. I appreciate this. I'm never paying for this ever, because you just fucking did this to my stream. I will never give you a fucking dollar. Thank you. I will literally never pay for your ad block. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I just called him Jack Doherty. That's great. It's like 1:30 in the morning.